Yo, we are out here. Hello, if you don't know who I am, my name's Zach Lara, and I've been coaching on Rocket League for over 4 years now. I do coaching with all my subscribers on Twitch, whether it's through Amazon Prime, paid on your own, or gifted by a member of the community. So if you guys do want to come by and say hello, I do go live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'm also a coach on MetaFi, so if you guys wanted to book a session directly with me, those links will be down below, and I'd love to get a coaching session in with you. We also do give away random coaching sessions to subscribers here on YouTube, so if you're lucky like this person, you just want a free coaching session, please message me down in the Discord so we can go ahead and set up that free coaching with you. I do want to say thank you guys so much for all your support. It honestly means the world. So let's go ahead and dive into this replay. I like it.
I didn't really have to do much there. I don't know if I remember this game right now. I'm trying to remember.
This is a ranked match and it was on the 27th, so pretty recent here. Okay, so let's check out something here. Okay, so what is your thought process from right here and then on?
Okay, so for here, so I could see that at the initial start that my teammate wasn't gonna be able to kind of stick with it, so I was trying to wait for the next touch from them. Here, I didn't look behind me and see that he was coming up. My expectation was he was gonna rotate out and rotate back behind me.
Okay.
So I was trying to get a touch to the sidewall to bring it up.
Okay. And then what about from here on here?
So from here, I saw my teammate to the left. He was rotating back and then took the mid boost. So I was trying to take that, I was trying to contest that while I saw that he was out of the play. I did not really do anything about that, but I tried to at least contest while he was rotating out to get boost.
Okay. So he does get back for that one. Okay, so what I'm kind of seeing here is just kind of really working really tight from here. It's like we get really close and we have to turn back away. Same situation from here. We're getting up really close just to turn back around. Typically, it's a big diamond 3 thing. This kind of mentality is kind of been transferring over into champ now, where it's just kind of just shadowing his first man. I think this one's a little bit less intentional, just because the hit he had, but this other one here happening here, we kind of do default to that shadowing here by showing up really early and then turning away. So shadowing is a very useful tool, but it's more of like the best thing to do in like a worst case scenario. We don't really want to be shadowing as first man, because in this situation you can't hit it forward. You can only redirect it back to your own corners when you're shadowing. And that's what it's for. It's for like, I'm last man back, I need a shadow to like kick it off to the side to buy time for my teammates, but we don't want to default as this here and going for the shadow here, because in reality with this here, this is a really good situation. Anytime you ever see someone dribbling the ball and they have the ball in the midline, this is a perfect opportunity for you to 50 that into their net, because you never want a 50 mid here. This will happen all the time, and these are actually situations that I'm actually looking for if someone's going to 50 mid, because if you challenge anywhere like right here with their carbon right there, it's going to be shot right back at their net. So huge opportunity there to go on for a head-on challenge, and with your teammate being behind you, that's kind of supporting you to be able to do that here.
Okay. I think sometimes I try to play for a little bit more time just to make sure that I feel comfortable, that I know that they're back and they have a little bit more time to get ready.
And
so sometimes I get a little unsure about that. And I was unsure whether on this play here at this moment, whether I should be contesting that or if I should be, I don't know exactly where, like I was kind of hesitant on what I should do. Either contest it or shadow. For sure.
And I'm okay with you contesting it, and I know that you kind of just landed here, so that also is kind of just more talking about like the actual overall about this opposed to this specific play, because you kind of just landed here. Definitely, if we had a better, like from distance wise here in the different situation here, I probably would have maybe just given a little bit of space just to readdress it appropriately head on here.
Got it.
Yeah, because I totally understand the time that you wanted to buy here, and so it was just enough. So
Yeah.
let's go ahead and proceed forward from here.
Before you do, mind if I ask a question just to add to the discussion about that play? So let's say he does challenge there and the ball still ends up going back to his own net. What would be the best way or best path for recovery for him to get back as quickly as possible?
Well, I guess it kind of depends on which way. You talking about after this play here?
Yeah, so let's say he does challenge and go for the 50 and the ball still ends up back.
So the path that I normally take is kind of to my right there where I'm at, going there, curving left to goal. Like that path is long is usually where I take.
Okay. Yeah, so and then that's probably where we want to be sitting in here, because we definitely, especially with how much boost we have right now, we definitely want to be grabbing 12, 24, and then kind of deciding on the situation here. You should have your ball cam on about right here, and this is going to decide what you're going to do. You either can go 12, 12, 24. If you need to make an immediate save, straight through. If you see that your teammate's about to lose the ball, but you don't need to rush through, you never want to over rotate the net, because a lot of people will over rotate the net just to turn back around. Don't want to do that. So a situation here is 12, 24, going to that pad and then going to pizza slice. I'll give you 36 boost for pizza slice. And then in case scenario, say your teammate has ball possession and a lot of time, then you can go ahead from here, go to 12, 24, and then extend to that. So all going to be situational on the play that's unfolding here. So like in this play here, I would have turned on to ball cam here, probably right at that boost pad, just to kind of decide what I'm doing here. So from here, I would have turned on ball cam here, see what's going on. So it'd be
in my head I saw it. I saw that he kind of cleared it, so I was like, okay, I have like a couple seconds.
Yeah, so looking at that, I probably would have said, okay, I can go grab that boost and it'll be fine.
Okay.
Tragic. Okay, so this is a little unfortunate here. So, okay, let's talk about this real quick. Big bang here. So this one here, this one was really tight here. So a big thing we like to talk about is gaps of possession when it comes to twos. We kind of refer to that as doors opening and closing. You almost want to think of it like a revolving door when you walk inside of a bank, a mall. You know what I'm talking about? They're just constantly spinning, opening and closing. So we want to make our challenges during those open gaps of possession. It does not matter what rank it is, the highest rank or the lowest rank, these gaps of possession will always exist. Just depending on how long they're going to be open is usually about what rank you are. So in this situation here, the door is completely open. No one's touching the ball. As you can see, this door is still open, but then the door is going to close by you and him, because that's where the door is closing. And that's kind of where this 50 happens. And that's where a lot of 50s will happen, is because you can read it just as fast as everybody else in your rank. If you could just outread everything, then you would be ranking up. And then again, you'd be reaching that threshold of you're reading it just as fast as everybody else. So here, ball's already open. So at this point, this door has been open for quite some time now. It's going to be really tough. So if you would have hit that on target, I think you still would have got a goal. So that's super awesome. But just kind of decision making on these. If we never like this first one, if it's like, okay, we're not there in time, it's too late, you can always let this door close, because his touch here was going to be a one touch and he was losing possession for his angle of attack and for how much boost he's using to get to that. So this next ball for you would have been free if, I guess if he hits it.
I initially thought I was gonna beat him, and then halfway up I was worried that it was gonna turn into a 50, so I couldn't decide how I'm gonna hit it. In some of those situations, I don't know if I should go for it as normal or if I should go for it as a 50.
100%.
Okay.
A lot of professionals you'll see, if you ever watch like RLCS, or the next time when you watch RLCS, if you watch them in the air, you will see how they don't try to beat anyone in the air. They will literally they'll force 50s, constantly force the 50s, and it goes a
Okay.
very, very, very long way.
Okay. And what's the point of forcing the 50s? Like, what's the benefit in the air for doing that?
So the thing is, typically in this situation here, this one's kind of like, it's going to be a true 50-50 because no one has ball possession. When you actually have ball possession, so it's like, say you're air dribbling the ball,
Yeah.
and they go to challenge you head on. Since you actually have the ball possession and they have to challenge you, it's not technically a 50-50 anymore. It's more like 51-49 just because you actually have the ball possession. It's probably a little bit higher
Yeah.
percentages like that, but it's just the
Yeah.
same sense of like, if it was a free ball and I had you and somebody else jump on a football, it's a heads up 50-50. But if you actually have ball possession, he has to force you to fumble. It is less likely because you actually have ball possession. Okay, and then we make this turn here. So with this play here, we are overextended. Champion is sitting literally on their goal line, and you're here. So if you get beat here, you are going to be forfeiting your offensive pressure and going straight onto defense. So that happens there. We
Yeah,
get
I
bumped in
saw-
the net, which makes it even worse. But
Yeah, I saw Big Funny was back from that last play, so I thought maybe we could get. I had like a short time of more pressure, but I didn't know if that was a good idea.
yeah, so I mean, it's definitely going to be situational. It's just very important that we be careful here because I said if we do lose, that Big Funny that is out of the play is actually going to be turning into a redirect and have a free open
Okay.
field. So
Okay.
especially with this 50 here, we definitely don't want this 50 to be coming out towards that way. Because that 50 if he would have challenged you earlier, and that 50 would have shot out here, he's turning on this and he's free. So
Okay.
it's just very dangerous just on these turns here, especially depending on where your teammate's at. If your teammate
Okay.
wasn't here, I think it would be a little bit better situation. But he's still like right here in front of you. We almost need to rotate just a little bit slower. Just
Okay.
because you see how he comes out over here. He's setting
Yeah.
up for a better situation here where he's now behind this midline and can now
Okay.
address this appropriately.
Okay.
The other thing here is with making this cut in this challenge here.
I see.
Yeah, so we just don't want to overextend our offensive pressure. Big thing I kind of like to refer it to is football. I don't know if you watch more any football at all or anything in regards to that, but when you get on offense for the very first time, typically in football, they don't just try to go for the end zone the first play of the game. They try to get first down after first down after first down, and after their defense breaks down, after they have like a good opportunity, then they take a shot at the end zone to see if they can score. But they don't usually get on the offense and then go for the all or nothing, just try to force their goal in. Because then they wouldn't do very well and they'd be going right back on the defense. Same thing happens in Rocket League when people try to force things to happen. So, but it is what it is. So I totally understand the decision making here. But then from here on, your teammate's about to make the play and you're now on this goal line. We make this play over to this 100 boost over here. This is really
I
overextending.
missed that, and I didn't even want to try to go back. I was like, nope, let's just keep going.
For sure. And I totally understand why you wouldn't go for that. But I think in this situation here, with our teammate already boosting to make this play here and we're on the goal line, we need to get back. So I would have think from this situation, I would have been okay with you going back down to the middle, but I would really prefer you to grab the 12, 24, 36, 48, and then from here, make your decision depending on where the ball's going to go, whether we're going here towards the mid and showing back up, whether we're going to, the ball went over the net to this over here, or if we just need to go all the way back to defense.
Yeah.
So I'll go from your point of view here. My camera is just as fast as your car. So from here, go 12, 24, 36, 48.
I see, yeah.
Yep. And then we would have maybe made a turn here and adjust the ball here appropriately.
Okay. Oh, I do have a question.
Yep.
So I feel like there's a lot of times when I'm trying to rotate out in the correct, I guess the correct side of the field, and then they get shot across the field, and now I feel like I'm going head on against my teammate because I feel like I'm in an awkward position. So here, how I'm rotating back on the left side, or I guess it would be the right side here, and it gets hit over to the left side. I feel like that happens a lot. Is there anything to really do about that?
So
or
that-
like how I can really handle that?
Yeah, so that's definitely a way that you can break down a defense is cause them to flip the post constantly. because on defense, it's harder for you to handle a flipping of the post rotation than it is for the offense. Because on offense, if you have that person playing third man, they're just shadowing out here, following the play. It's really easy for them to be able to understand what's going on. For you, your teammates all have to work within this net here. So anytime that the post flips, you got to turn around without bumping into each other, flip it. That's the whole purpose of it. That's kind of what we're talking about. Instead of shooting really early on and trying to force the goal, work the defense a little bit, make them have to make mistakes, make them flip the post, cause a double commit to happen, and then start applying a little bit more pressure on a higher percentage outcome for your goals.
Got it.
So in this scenario specifically, we always want to make sure that we're going to pizza slice. Anytime that we cut pizza slice short, it's going to cause an issue. And when we're talking about pizza slice, we're talking about this right here in this net. We definitely always want to make sure that you are rotating through at least to take a bite of this crust in pizza slice. Pepperoni. Yeah. So anytime we rotate through, we want to make sure we at least take a bite of this pizza slice. You will see in your rotation, especially after being aware of this here now, anytime you cut it short, you're leaving the shot behind you open. And it's gonna so I don't know if this is specifically the one that you're referring to or just overall when the post does flip, because I totally understand when the post flips. This one technically kind of really didn't flip. It looked like it had an opportunity to, but we cut over here. We should have been running that boost pad. Perfect. One more boost pad, a little bit longer here.
I decided not to because I had 99 and I was like, okay, I don't need any more boost. And I didn't know if it was still for a positioning aspect that I still should be making that path.
This should just be second nature to you, because we definitely want to end up here, because if I'm here in this net here, this is my shot here, I'm still going forward here.
Yeah.
You cutting the net short just to turn around is a situation we can avoid.
Okay.
So yeah, this almost just needs to be second nature. This has not. So that's the thing, is that I like to show the rotations within the boost pads, because in reality, it's like these boost pads aren't just out here randomly laid out for absolutely no reason. They are in a flow, and then this needs to be a constant flow. So obviously, you cutting across the field, going through those shooting lanes, is a fantastic turn there. Cutting across here right through the shooting lanes, so if they did have someone passing and someone shooting, they're going right through those demo lanes. But yes, we just want to make sure that we do finish out with that 12-24. We wanted to cut from this one, but just to be a natural turn, just grab these pads just to go to pizza slice.
Okay.
And then this will definitely be your challenge here.
Yeah, I see. If I would have just waited there, that would have been right there for me.
Yep, and your teammates are running down the field really early here, so we're going to see how this plays out here.
Okay.
So that cut that you did early instead of rotating out is going to forfeit your offensive possession here. So looking at this, it seems like you do like to favor going for that corner boost.
I think I try to do it for boost starve. That's like my mentality, is like I try to keep pressure on their side, try to boost starve them, break them down, and try to see what we can do from there.
Yeah. Okay. No, and I totally agree with you on that one. So the thing is though, even in threes, going to corner is too long of a rotation. And so it's very important that we are supporting our play. So in this situation here, we'll go back to here. So with you and your teammate, you guys are playing twos.
Yeah.
Who is the goalie on your team?
Would it technically be the other guy?
It'd be you. You are the goalie on the team. You do not want when you're on offense, you are first man. The person behind you is second man to keep you on offense. If he loses that offensive pressure, you're the goalie.
I see, yeah. I see, that makes sense.
We don't ever want our third or second man here. We don't want this guy to be playing goalie. He should not be in a situation to be playing goalie. He should be playing to keep us on offense. Yeah. If he loses, then you are on offense. I'm sorry. If he loses, then you are the goalie.
Yeah.
And so with that mentality, I think we'll help out with this situation here, thinking I need to get back because you're the goalie.
Yeah.
You are the goalie. And in this situation, champion does not transition through, and you are the goalie. So honestly, with that kind of rotation and kind of the time frame, they already kind of put him at the goalie. But we're not ready to be making a play here, which is kind of what I'm looking at here. So rotating through the play here. If you're ever at this first boost pad here, we should not be going all the way through. So that's just too long of a rotation. Like I said, even in 3 is too long of a rotation. If we are ever at one boost pad and we rotate through, we should be looking for a possible demo in the net. No one's here, so that's completely fine. Oh, well, looks like someone's about to appear. So whether we deviated to go for that or not, that's completely up to you. We don't want to overextend you. But from this situation, you either grab that demo or we start going for 12, 24, 36, and then following the play here. You know, if we have enough time to rotate back around, at least we're now here playing for the new loss of the play.
Okay.
And then so now we can at least make a challenge head on here. That turn there is just a little tight on rotation.
Okay. Makes plenty of sense.
And that's just unfortunate. Like, this is. Okay, so that's kind of one of those situations we're talking about, that door opening and closing. So you can already tell you're not going to beat him to this ball.
No, not at all. So I was trying to like fake contest to see if he would throw it away, but I didn't think he was just gonna.
I think he was doing this regardless of what you were doing. Yeah, so totally understand your thought process, and I like that thought process, making him force him to hand over possession. This, I think this play here, that little fake challenge here, is better if he's already dribbling the ball.
Got it.
And you're gonna make him flick the ball. This ball is still like live right now. I would just be careful. I would almost just hesitate a little bit farther back and just chill out, because you're looking for that gap of possession, and so that's when you want to go. Because right here, you gotta snag that ball for free before we close that gap again, and that's kind of what we're looking for. So going back over here, the thought process you kind of want to have before you're making your challenge, because you said your job's not the goalie, your job is to keep you on offense. So watching this play here,
I kind of expected it to go in.
Oh, for sure. I know. I saw the celebration there. But so we have door open, door closes, doors open. You don't like it, you can't get there in time, let it close. Go, open. But you see where
I might have also hesitated because I couldn't decide too.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's what I said. It's kind of more of like a diamond 3 for this mentality of that hesitation. I call it being on a dimmer switch, where it's kind of like, I'm gonna go, just kidding, yes I am, no I'm not.
Exactly.
It's really hard to kind of as your teammate to understand what you're trying to do, because we can't read your mind, we can only read your positioning on your car. When you're doing a bunch of those kind of things, it's really tough. So best thing to kind of alleviate that is just you make your decision early on what you're doing, and then if you get burned for it, then you just live with it to the next one, opposed to trying to prevent the inevitable. Yeah, because that one you never even got to touch. So like you were irrelevant to this play here.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh wow.
That's unfortunate.
Teammates need to be a little bit more patient. He's ready to go. All right, it's a little aggressive for my taste here. Situation is you just burned one person, so now it's a 2v1 situation. JD, this is that towel template thing that we're talking about. I could like put the template on here. We actually have a nice little template here.
I see what you mean. Okay.
Yeah, so I'll draw it really quickly because we don't really have it available. There's a way I can put it in this here. That'd be awesome. I'm gonna go ahead and zoom out and show you what we're talking about too. So this situation, every situation, we kind of always want to kind of read the play to see what's kind of going on, because we want to make sure that we're not overextending and playing for the worst case scenario. So worst case scenario here would be you losing, or CJ losing the ball. That one's going to hurt you more than him winning, because if he loses and you're not in position for that, you guys are going to lose offensive pressure. So let me Well, let me redo that last one.
Might have something for you.
Yeah.
It's an image overlay app.
Oh, that might work out perfectly because that's exactly what I need. Is there a way? Is there a way to rotate that app or the image within that app?
I don't know. I'm just kind of looking at the website for it. Let me see.
So yeah, JD helps a lot with editing and a lot of awesome things when it comes to videos. And so I had this thing here that I wanted to have it just so I can like throw on the screen here as an example without having to create this every single time. But I really like the concept of it. Okay, so this one's I kind of messed this up a little bit. So in relationships to this template here, so your car in relationship to here, if you're in this green, you're going to be in the safest place because of the worst case scenario is going to be the loss. So from here, we start kind of traveling into yellow and traveling into orange. And as you can see, where you're starting to get in this red, you're kind of really overextended for this possession here. But what the situation at hand is a 1v1 situation, or sorry, I should say 2v1 situation. So I do understand why you would start traveling more into the riskier place here. So just kind of, I like this layout a lot though, because it definitely kind of like shows like, because we definitely don't want to be like in the red. And I think like some of those other plays, we were definitely in the reds. Like when you turned on that one play, you were in that red, and that's what's just going to really force that over extension here. Oh, and Funny went to the boost over there. That's super unfortunate. Back to you. Where did our teammate go here? Okay, so this is off kickoff. So anytime you ever lose kick, so this isn't going to be on you. This is going to be on the champion guy. Anytime you lose kickoff or it's pretty mutual, we need to be kind of more reserved in filling in the gaps. The kickoff is mutual. You have ball position, but he went straight for the 100 boost. That's so aggressive. really, really aggressive. And especially in this situation too, you're overextended. What kind of boost do you have, by the way? I really like that.
I can see what it's called.
Roman numerals is coming out of your boost. I've never seen that before.
It's like a time kind of deal. Let me see. I have it up right here. Where is my boost? Oh, so it's the timeline, but it's timeline with the black coloring over top.
That is awesome.
So the original one is, it's like Roman numerals coming out.
That is
kind of going through time, and I put the black over top of it.
That is pretty cool. So this situation here, so we can tell we are kind of really on this winning side of the play, because there's only two options, win or loss. Both of his teammates are rotating front post, so they're not rotating the appropriate way, so they have no route clear to the left, the right hand side. So I can understand us maybe pushing into yellow, which is kind of what you are. But looking at this play here, as you can tell,
he's stuck in net.
Yeah, well, so in this one too, maybe just a little bit close. I like your mechanics here, but you can kind of tell just from it was like kind of awkward for you here. It was like such in your face here.
Yeah.
Just ease it off a little bit. Just ease it off a little bit, because this touch here will still be the same. Nothing will.
So at what point when I'm watching my teammates rotation, should I start heading up for the contest? Because I can kind of see here he doesn't get to rotate out, and he gets stuck in net. So at that point, should I be probably where this first boost is in front of me here and just waiting for him to be able to transition out?
Yeah, so the thing is that this is what's going to really dictate on our positioning here. Yeah, because for some reason that's unfortunate. He's overextended right now. This is not because if you get beat here, we're in trouble. So yeah, definitely for me, I would probably be sitting more anywhere from this mid. I like to sit anywhere from these 3 boost pads to this midline, at least initially when this one happens. So
yeah,
I was back
just
here.
See what's gonna happen.
Yep, and I saw this play here. I'd probably pick this up, and this is where you're going to see me air dribbling on stream and doing all those kind of things, because I'm never up really close just to turn around and shadow. I wait for that free ball, and then I capitalize on that free ball. So in this situation here, we're playing really aggressive here. Really good mechanical play to get it. And for him, as you can tell, he over rotated instead of going to pizza slice. He kept on rotating through. And he cut the net really short. So just by him not going to pizza slice makes everything behind him open, which is literally why this ball went in. That should have been a really easy save for him. So it's kind of a good another situation of over rotating the net there.
So at what point should I start contesting in if I see my player, if like my teammate is rotating out?
So
would it be like if we're horizontal to each other, like they're maybe at the same distance from me, but they're rotating back?
No, you don't have to wait that long. If it's already to that point, then you need to start kind of being a little bit more aggressive with your challenges. If he's already behind you supporting your play, you can go like he's going head in right now. You can go head in on your challenge here because you have someone supporting the play.
Yeah.
But like for your situation here, this is where that open and closed door is going to come into play here at most, because you do not want to get into a 50 as third man. If they're dribbling the ball on the ground or in the air and you have to go to get that 50, that's fine. But if you can avoid getting that 50 and getting that free ball possession, that's where your teammate's gonna get all the time in the world to rotate back. Like right now it's good. He's rotating out. You have a free ball. Really good situation. So you're still committed here. So we actually want our teammate to hopefully catch this in a free ball, which he does. Free ball. Let the door close. There's your free ball. And you still got a 50 there, so it works out. But do you see how, like, in this situation, we want to get a free ball because he's still into the play. So we're looking for a free ball. But by the time that we actually make a challenge, he's actually already rotated out. So now we can just go. You have a green light to just go head on here, and you're fine.
I kind of feel like sometimes like I can't tell, I guess, distance between where I should be waiting for that contest. Sometimes I feel like I'm too close and I'm too far, and so like I go in these back and forth modes of I'm not sure how good of a distance I should be keeping.
For sure, I totally understand. This midline to those 3 boost pads is going to probably be your best bet. So midline, 3 boost pads right in this little spot here. And then another thing is once you go, you already made your decision to go. So I want you to go and then get burned here. To be honest, you know what I mean? Because that's the only, because what's happening is we're going and then we're trying to like, that whole on that dimmer switch thing. We're just gonna get rid of that. Either you're gonna read it and go, and then understand, okay, I messed up, I'll get it next time, and then we're gonna try it again, and then eventually you'll get into that timing. Because if you're always going in there with like 1 foot out the door, you're never gonna really get that part down because you're kind of going in there undecisive.